Alô, alô. Good morning, bom dia. Boa tarde, boa noite. Good afternoon, evening. I don't know. Let me know who's here. Post a little message, a little hello. Hi, Heather. Oh, you do? Yay. Okay. I was hoping, I was like, I hope people have prompts. So I was going to take you through like alternatives if you don't, but I'm so excited that you do. Okay. Awesome. Okay, we're going to start. Hello, Vivi. I hope you're going to do this one. This one's good for you. We'll look at some there. Where's Erico? All right. Okay, let me get a little drink of water. Okay. All right, let's get started. Let me just explain a little bit the props and make sure that you have the right things. So for today, I decided we're not going to go with the belt. We're just going to keep it a bit more simple. But you do not need to have a bolster like I have here. It's handy because it's quite firm, but it's not necessary. So if you don't have a bolster, you can always use multiple pillows, like especially the pillows that you sleep on, because that will be the right length for the torso. Or you can have just like a bunch of blankets, sort of approximately in this, kind of shape. Towels work as long as it's about the length of your torso. Ok? Então, só estou mostrando as opções. Se você não tem um bolster assim que nem o meu, pode usar travesseiro, pode usar almofadas, pode usar o que você tiver em casa, toalha, o que for. Ok? Mas tem que ser mais ou menos desse tamanho. Ok? Assim. All right. Now for blocks, if you don't have blocks, you can always use books. I just grabbed a few books just to show you. They have to be kind of like approximate thickness, or you would get enough that it would get to about that thickness. Because blocks are handy because they are firm, and there are some things that we will do where we need it to be a bit more firm. Okay? So that's that. Se você não tiver blocos em casa, pode usar livros. Isso que eu estava mostrando. Tá grosso também, ou pega vários, pode usar os livros. Then finally, for the eyes, if you don't have an eye pillow, you can just use like a washcloth or a small little towel, anything that will be over the eyes and helps kind of block out the light. That's the main objective when we're using that. Okay? So hopefully we're good to go. So today I decided to do a restorative yoga session because I think that in our day-to-day lives, we are always on the go, right? We're always moving, and we need to exercise, and we need to get this done, that done, this done, that done. And it's important to be able to do the reverse of that well as well. So we need to know how to decontract our muscles, and we need to know how to relax our body. And this is so important for your nervous system. So with a restorative yoga class, the use of props are necessary to help get your body into its most supported and relaxed state. So once it has the support, and once there's weight on your body, it's easier for your muscles to let go, for your nervous system to just relax, and to take you out of that sympathetic fight or flight nervous system and put you into a calmer, more relaxed state. So it's really powerful. We normally hold positions for a long time. Like it could be 10, 15 minutes in one position. The objective is not to stretch. The objective is to relax. So that's very important to keep in mind. For the purposes of this session, since it's a bit shorter, we are going to hold it for 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. We'll see how we do, but at least like 5 minutes. Some of the beginning postures, we might hold it a little less time. And then what you can do, if there are postures that you really liked in this session, is during the week repeat it. Take one posture and do it yourself for 15, 20 minutes. And then see kind of what that brings for you and the benefits that you get from it. It's really, really nice. I love a restorative yoga session every now and then. It's so relaxing. Okay? So with that, let's just get centered for a moment. Come to a comfortable seated position. The back is nice and long, your eyes are closed, and just take a few moments to tune into your breathing, to expand fully into your lungs before you bring the air down to your belly, and on the exhale, empty the belly and then empty the lungs. I think everyone on here today speaks English. So, I don't know, Chafa tá aqui? Ok. Chafa, se você estiver aí, me avisa que aí eu falo mais português. So if everybody speaks English, I will skip Portuguese today. Let's see. Okay. So just keep breathing, expanding, filling up the lungs, down into your belly. Exhale, empty the belly, empty the lungs. And just do that 2 more times. Just connecting with your body, connecting with this moment, with your space, and with your intention to relax today. Okay, let's start off on our hands and knees. I do want to do a little bit of movement and release before we start. So we'll do Chakravartasana, wrists under the shoulders, knees aligning with your hips. Inhale, lengthening the spine, opening the collarbones to the top of your mat. Exhale, grounding and going back towards your heels. Repeat that a few times. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale to round. And let's do 2 more. Good. And then come up when you're ready. Okay? So we are going to start with 2 positions that we're going to stay in a little less time than we will with the others, simply because your head is upside down. So I don't want to have that much blood rushing to your brain for too long, okay? So you're going to grab 2 blocks a couple of books, whatever it is that you have as props. And the one that's at the base is always in this flat position. So I call this the lowest position. You have the medium position, and then you have the highest position. So we start with the lowest, the flattest, because you want the base to be strong and supportive. And you will have to play with the height of this one depending on your flexibility. So it might be here, it might have to go all the way up, and then for some that might still not be enough, and you may need to put another book, block, whatever it is to get it to go a little bit higher. So let's say that we'll start here and then we'll see where it goes. Come up to standing position. So we're going to start off with a supported Uttanasana. So for that, we want the legs to be wide apart. So in my case here, they are wider than my mat. Okay. So get your pinkies here right at your hip flexors, and make sure that you are folding at your hips. Okay. And then from there, you're going to come forward. Now, what's nice when you have support, if you look at the line of my hips, is that I'm not back here because I'm trying to counterbalance. Because I have this to support my head, I'm going to be able to stay better aligned from the hips all the way down to my ankles. Okay, so just remember you're leaning forward a little bit. Now for me, this is going to be too high. We want to rest the head approximately on the line of the forehead where the hair line and the forehead meet, and possibly even a little bit higher up on your head. So just play with that for a second. You might have to widen the legs out a little bit and find a position where you're leaning forward, your hands are down, and you feel like you can rest your head, but it's not crunching into the back of the neck. That's really important, okay? So no crunching, the back of the neck stays long. Now, like I said before, these poses aren't supposed to be for stretching, but you may feel quite a bit of stretch in this one, okay? So try to close the eyes if possible. Tune into your breathing. We're only going to stay a couple of minutes in this one. If you need to bend the knees a little bit, that's okay as well, to release some of the tension if it feels like it's stretching too much. Or get your blocks higher so you don't feel the stretch as much. So I could do that if I wanted it to be a little bit more relaxing. You're tuning into your breathing, working on making those breaths nice and long, slowly inhaling, and releasing any tension on your exhale. Sometimes when we're in stillness and quiet, it can also bring up things for you, right? And dialogues in your head. So just be attentive to it. Don't judge it in any way. Notice what comes up for you. See if you can be more of a spectator of whatever dialogue goes on in your head, if it does go on, and just tune back into your breath. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. Good, and then bend your knees, slide your hands to your thighs, and then slowly come up. Okay, let's give a moment for that blood to come back down where it needs to be. Oi, Tchafa. Ok, você tá aí. Vou falar português então. Okay, good. Next position, also head is going to be upside down, and we're doing a supported downward dog. I'm going to take this down to my medium height. Remember, once we get into position, you're better able to judge what height this needs to be. Okay, so let's come to our hands and knees, and you want it to be somewhere between your hands. Então, os blocos ou os livros vão estar entre as mãos. Estamos de 4, you're on all fours. You take an inhale. Exhale to go to your downward dog position. And here, adjust the hands, adjust the legs as needed. You want to be able to feel, once again, the line of the forehead to where the hairline begins. That's the part that you're resting on the block. And you want to feel that it gives you support, okay? You want to have a wide stance. Okay? Tem que sentir que tem suporte, mas não que está machucando o pescoço, right? We're not crunching into the back of the neck, remember. We're just going to hold this for a few breaths. Vamos ficar aqui algumas respirações. These are just all good preparations to allow you to relax much deeper in the upcoming postures. Now, if it becomes too much to hold, se você sentir que for muito difícil ficar nessa posição, you're always welcome to bring your knees down and just hold the position this way, okay? That's also an option. But make sure the head is really resting on the block. It should allow you to keep some length in the back of the neck. And we're just going to take 2 more breaths here, mais 2 respirações. And bring your knees down, go back onto your heels, roll the shoulders a few times. Okay? Hoje é yoga para relaxar, tia. And let's take the blocks and move them out of the way for now. Okay? All right, so this is one of my all-time favorite postures here. Essa é uma das minhas posições favoritas. If you have a bolster, take a bolster. If it's not a bolster, it's a few pillows piled up on top of each other, some towels, maybe it's some blankets. Se você não tiver travesseiro como esse, pega outro travesseiro, umas almofadas, mas tem que ser um pouquinho firme. It has to be a little bit firm. That makes a difference. Okay? Then, your hip flexors are going to be approximately at the base of that bolster. Okay? You're going to go down on your belly, deitado de bruços aqui com as pernas em rotação externa. Your legs are externally rotated. Okay, so you see my toes are pointing out. Your head hangs over the top of it. Okay, a cabeça está em cima aqui do travesseiro, vai depassar o travesseiro. So your options are, you can take a block and rest your head on it, or you can take your hands, make 2 fists, and then rest your head on that, okay? Important is to rest your head on something so you can really let go. O importante é descansar a cabeça em alguma coisa para poder relaxar. So pick what's going to work for you. Your arms are just down on the mat. You're bringing your breath from the nose all the way down to the belly. With every inhale, you will feel the lower back opening up, expanding, and on the exhale, allow it to release, to soften, and to relax deeper and deeper into your support. Com cada inspiro, você vai levar o inspiro até a barriga. Você vai sentir as costas se abrir e depois no expiro, relaxa e deixa o corpo ficar mais pesado com cada respiração. Okay, we're going to stay here for a little bit so you really start to feel the benefits of it. Slowly begin to bring your hands under your shoulders, colocando as mãos embaixo dos ombros. Press back onto your heels, indo para trás, para os calcanhares. Rest your forehead on your support, and just stay here for just a moment. And then slowly begin to come up, levantando devagarzinho. Isn't that one magic? Eu acho que essa posição é uma delícia. For your lower back, it's just, feels so good. Okay, let's change it up a little bit. I won't be talking as you're in that relaxation. I'm going to try to set you up and then be quiet because it's important that you have your own experience. And if I'm blabbing in the background, it prevents that from happening, okay? So now we're gonna need your blankets. You see mine is about probably like a 2-inch thickness or something like that, a grossura aqui do meu cobertor. I'm suggesting 2, but you can also just use 1. Eu tô sugerindo 2, mas você pode usar 1 também. Because this is now to open the thoracic spine, okay? Aqui a gente vai abrir o peito aqui. Então, decide what is tolerable for you. Get your eye pillow or your little towel, toalhinha para pôr nos olhos, ou não sei se você tem travesseirinho para os olhos. We want the towel, your blanket, your support to be right, just a little bit above your tailbone. So it's completely supporting your sacrum, and it's going to go right to the tip of your shoulder blades, ok? Então, no saco aqui e até as pontas das omoplatas. And then the top of your shoulders will hang off of it. So let me just show you. Okay, make sure that the blanket, whatever you support you have feels comfortable. So tips of the shoulder blades, then the top of the shoulders are not even touching the mat. You can see mine are just lifted a little bit, okay? So the chest is opening, the ribs are opening, but the belly is lower than the ribs. You can bend your legs, but have them fall inwards a little bit so that helps relax the pelvis and you're not worrying about that too much, okay? And then the neck is relaxed. You're taking your eye pillow in a minute, so let me just show you the last part. Your arms are just stretched out to the sides at a slight angle, and you can be resting on your pinky all the way through the side of the arm. If that doesn't feel comfortable, just let it rotate to where it feels comfortable. If this feels too high, take off one of the blankets, ok? Se você sentir que está muito aberto, muito alto, tira um dos cobertores, fica mais baixo, ok? And when you're ready, os joelhos estão indo um para o outro. You take your eye support or your pillow, whatever it is, put it over your eyes. Vamos cobrir os olhos. And now just stay here and breathe. Okay, we're going to stay here about 5 minutes again. Vamos ficar aqui uns 5 minutos. We're going to very slowly ease out of this position by just trying to roll yourself off to the side, ok? Vamos sair devagarzinho dessa posição, indo de lado. Just roll off of it. Come up to a seated position slowly. Come back to reality. Nice. All right. Different sensations, different feeling, different part of the body that obviously we're focusing on. So it's always nice to compare how one posture feels versus the other. Okay, for our grand finale today, we're going to do a supported Shavasana. And actually, I realize you will need a third towel or just, it can be small, you know, like a little blanket, a little towel, something. I'm just going to use my sheepskin for it. Because you just want to have a little support for the neck as well in this one. Ok? Precisa de suporte para a cabeça. Pequeno, não muito grande. And I've angled mine down into this diamond shape. You're going to want to do the same. So if you have a towel or a little blanket, it's going to be placed like this, like a little diamond shape, ok? Mas assim, vai parecer diamante. Because you want this end to be right in between the shoulders here. So it's going to go past the neck, ok? Você vai querer que a pontinha fique aqui entre os ombros. Alright, so that's the neck position. Have your eye pillow nearby. And you start by wrapping the legs. So this is like our King Tut Shavasana. Alright, so wrap the feet completely in it. So it wraps underneath and around. So you're almost like really tucked in. Like you could even literally wrap it, okay? But make sure it goes under as well. Tá? Tá embrulhando os pés. So they're completely wrapped in. And then you take your other blanket and you're just going to put it over the thighs, okay? Em cima das pernas aqui, and just tuck it into the sides. E aqui você só está enfiando pouquinho aqui embaixo das pernas. Then lie down. Make sure everything stays tucked. That you have that little angle going right between the shoulder blades for the head support. And then you're going to take your eye pillow, or your little towel, toalhinha para os olhos, almofadinha, put it on. Arms, again, at that kind of like V angle. And just do what feels most comfortable for your arms. Deixando os braços se abrirem da maneira que for mais confortável para você. And you're just going to completely let go, relax, be aware of your breath. Every exhale, relax deeper. Presta atenção na respiração. Cada expiro, tente entrar mais no seu corpo e relaxar cada vez mais. Ok, 5 minutes? 5 minutos aqui. slowly begin to reconnect with your environment, with your body, and just start to mobilize the fingers, the toes, ok? Reconectando com o corpo, com o seu ambiente, mexendo os dedões do pé, as mãos, os dedos das mãos. Okay, you can slowly just start to move, stretch, começa a se esticar, alongar, move whichever way you need, liberating yourself from your king tut position here. Okay. And then come to your side and come to a seated position. All right, let's, nice long spine here. Bring the hands down to the mat. And then we're going to take a nice big inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, press down. And inhale up. Exhale, press down. Inhale up. Keeping the palms together, bring them down to your heart center. Namaste. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed this restorative session. Espero que tenha gostado. It's a bit of a change, but again, we had a shorter amount of time, so we went through a little bit quicker, but I hope it gives you the feeling of what a true restorative session could do for you, and that you're calmer. It helps just get that nervous system, rebalanced. Remember what I said before, you can choose to do any of these on its own, like pick one posture that you like and try to do it for like 15, 20 minutes, and then really feel what it does for you. And the other criteria for a good restorative session is silence, it's darkness, which we can do with the eye pillow, and also warmth. So you never want to have cold hands and cold feet, because that's going to trigger that sympathetic nervous system again to like do something about it, and that's not going to help you relax. So think of those three criteria. As condições para uma sessão de yoga restaurativa é silêncio, escuridão, que pode ser com cobrindo os olhos, e não ter frio nas mãos e nos pés, ok? E eu estava explicando que pode escolher uma dessas posturas que nós fizemos hoje e tenta fazer por 15, 20 minutos, algumas vezes por semana, para ver como relaxa o corpo. Alright? So, let me know. I hope that was good. That you got some benefit. Oh, yay, good. I love that lower back one. So, yes, do whatever and try to integrate it a little bit more. I know having quiet in the house when you have 3 kids is a bit difficult, but, see what you can do. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you. Obrigada, tia. Obrigada, vovó, Érico. Vovó, segundo, terceiro telefone. Okay. Thanks, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Heather. Bye. Ciao.